Hey, so I've been doing the 90s survey tag. It's going around pretty much everywhere right now, so I figured I'd do one too. So, first question. So, that'd mean Disney Channel, like, not, the princess movies. So, probably either High School Musical or the Cheetah Girls. But then there's Halloween Town, and they were so, I can't choose. There's so many good ones. Like, Disney Channel was like, they had such good movies back then. Like every month, or like they had a new one like every few months, and they were all so good. The 13th Year. There's so many good ones. I can't choose. If I had to though, it'd probably be High School Musical or Cheetah Girls. I couldn't decide though. Um, Probably Britney Spears. I loved her when I was a kid. Oh no, or Spice Girls. Spice Girls. I think I loved Spice Girls more than I loved Britney Spears. Spice Girls, definitely Spice Girls. They were everything. I freaking loved the Spice Girls. Probably Franklin or Little Bear. Those are both really cute. Those are adorable. Probably the baby bottle pops. They were like, you probably remember them. They're like little baby bottles, and the top part was like some type of candy, and you put it in the sugar in the bottom part. Those were awesome. Do they make those anymore? I haven't seen those in like forever. I wonder if they still make those. Or the candy necklaces. That they were nasty, but everyone loved them when they were a kid. So definitely the candy necklaces. Probably Candyland. I loved Candyland. Maybe Shoots and Ladders too. I like Shoots and Ladders. Candyland was it though. Candyland was the best. The the little Thai babies. I'm a Thai baby collector. I love Thai babies. Actually I don't really collect them much anymore, but I had like every Thai baby ever back in the day. So like they had like the little Thai Juniors or something, and they come on like a keychain or something, or those just like the little Thai baby toys you got. Um, I loved Dr. Seuss, so any of the Dr. Seuss books, but Wayside School, what was it? The Strange Tales of from Wayside School or something like that. I really loved those books. Those were good. I didn't have one. Don't. I didn't really like clothing when I was a kid, so I don't know clothing stores. I don't even remember clothing stores, so I don't know. Um, Pokemon. Definitely Pokemon. Pokemon was everything when I was a kid. It was between Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and then when middle school hit, which was like 2000s though, so it's not really 90s, it'd be Static Shock. Someone remember Static Shock? That show was amazing. I loved that show. But yeah, one of those three shows. There's so many good TV shows though. Hey Arnold. Oh, Hey Arnold was probably like the biggest one. I loved Hey Arnold. But you know, there's Doug and all that. The Amanda Show. So much goodness. Cat and Dog. I love, no, Cat and Dog. No, Cat Dog. I loved Cat Dog. That show was awesome. There were so many good shows back in the 90s. My favorite was probably, I don't know if anyone else does. I've watched a couple of the 90s survey tags, and no one's mentioned these. So I'm like, I don't know if like they just weren't big toys for anyone else, but I used to love the Pogs. Do you guys remember Pogs where they, it was like a circle, and I can't describe what it was. It was just like a cardboard circle, but they'd have pictures on them, and maybe it was a guy's thing, because I know my cousin got me into it, and he's a boy, obviously, and like for Christmas or his birthday or something, he got a Pog maker so you can make your own Pogs, and it was the greatest thing ever. So definitely Pogs. I loved Pogs. Pogs were the best. That or Tamagotchis. I loved Tamagotchis. I like so many, and they'd all just be on like that keychain, and they all died though. Whose Tamagotchi never died? Because mine always died. Then you have to get a new one. And it was a great way to make money, of course, but I don't really remember too many commercials. I mean, I remember Easy Bake Ovens. That's another toy I liked. I remember the Easy Bake Oven commercials, and I remember the girl who did, I want to say Pepsi, the Pepsi commercial girl with the curly brown hair. I don't know if, I can't really remember. I remember those commercials, but I just don't remember who did those. It was some little girl, and she always did the commercials. I don't know if it was Pepsi or Coke. I can't remember. But I always loved her commercials. That is the hardest question in the world. Like, they were everything. Like, it was literally like, pick a side. It was like Jacob versus Edward, kind of, in the boy band world. They, that's a hard question. I loved both of them. Like, okay, like, if I had to choose back then, I'd say Nsync, but now that I look back, I feel like I would have been more of a Backstreet Boys fan, because currently I'm Backstreet Boys, they're getting back together. I'm so happy for that, and I'd have to say I was probably an Nsync fan, but I loved both of them so much. I don't really remember any weird fashion trends. Well, obviously there was some weird fashion trends. Probably one of my favorite that I know I used to do was the Spice Girl shoes. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but they were a sneaker, but they were on like this thick platform, and I used to love them, but I think those are pretty weird. I loved them though. I don't know, those weren't really weird, they're just like strange shoes. There was a lot of fishnet back then too. I don't know. I don't really remember much about the fashion back then. I was too obsessed with Pokemon to care. Beanie Babies, Beanie Babies, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and Pokemon cards. That was everything. I say everything like a lot. Those were like everything I did when I was a kid. Those three things. Mostly Beanie Babies. Beanie Babies though. I was in love with Beanie Babies. Perfect. Favorite Beanie Baby, that's a hard one. There were so many Beanie Babies. I think one of my favorites is probably Eagle. I don't know what his name was. He was an eagle though, like an American bald eagle. And like that became like one of the ones I had the most of, because it ended up becoming like a thing with me and my aunt, because she didn't have one and I did. So like every time I saw one, I'd buy another one, and then we would just like every time I'd see her, it'd be like, how many do you have now? And we'd see how many we had of each. But another one I had was the iguana. I don't remember which one I had. I don't know if I had the rare one or what, but I know every time I saw an iguana too, I bought it, because there was like some rare issue with a couple of the iguanas where they had a different name. I think their names were like Rainbow or something, but they were just like a tie-dyed iguana, and something happened with the names, and it ended up being like a rare find if you found one. So I know I have like a ton of iguanas and a ton of American eagles. But I also really liked the cats. I actually remember their names because I love them so much. There was Snip, Snip, and Chip. I think there was more, but those are the only ones I remember. They were really cute. Ooh, that's a hard one. I probably had at least like 5. Probably. I don't know. Probably a good 5, maybe more. I don't know. I had a lot. I lost them a lot too. I had a lot of them. Either way. I love the Nintendo 64. I loved that. And Mario, Super Mario Brothers 64. I loved that. But then when I got the PlayStation, I fell in love with the Tony Hawk skateboarding game. Like, loved it. I was constantly playing that, like, so much. I literally loved that game. So yeah, that was the 90s tag, and it was pretty fun. Remembering a lot of things you did when you were a kid, so that's always fun. And if you want to do this tag, you know, you can. Obviously, you're all tagged. I tag you all. If you haven't done it, you all can do it. You leave a video response if you want to do it. So, yeah. Bye.